Hey everybody, Matt Hartman here for Drunkard's Walk, and we are back. That's right, it's Season 8, and we hope you're ready. We know we are. Want to say a big thank you to Jesse L.E. for our theme music, Nick Jaramillo for our artwork, and of course our guest today, Mr. Mike McBurney. And a thanks to you for listening. If you'd like to be a guest on Drunkard's Walk, give us a topic suggestion. Just head on over to our link tree, that's linktr.ee/drunkardswalk, and you can give us a topic, and if we pick yours, then we'll put you on a show, and you can chat with us and we'll have a great old time. I know that we will. Hey, if you head over there to that link tree, you're also going to notice a chance to vote for us for the Pittsburgh Magazine Best of the Burgh 2023 for Best Podcast. If you follow that link from the link tree, it'll take you straight on in so you can do your voting, or you can just head on over to pittsburghmagazine.com, find the Best of the Burgh 2023, go to personalities, go to podcasts, and I believe we are first on the list alphabetically. How lucky for us. So we really hope that you do that for us, and we hope that you keep listening because we love that you love to listen. See you soon.
Well, what a lovely break that was. It was just so resting and relaxful. And there's something we've got to do here. I forget what it is. Oh, that's right. We've got a new season to record. Let me just go see if Matt's in his tomb. I got to roll away this big rock that's blocking his tomb because Matt died in the interim. I should mention that. But Matt's body's gone. Matt, where are you?
Hello, Jethro. It's me. It's Matt Hartman.
You've arisen from the dead.
Well, if you say so, look, here's the thing, Jethro. I didn't actually die. That was a ruse. I needed to get out of taxes, and it was the best thing that I could think of to do. So I've been on vacation. I've been learning to surf.
Oh, congratulations. Well, I have bad news for you that even when you die, you still have to file your taxes.
What? How? What? Yeah, what? How? What?
I actually started filing my taxes today, or started to prepare to file my taxes. And one of the first questions next week. One of the first questions they ask you is, "Are you filling this out on behalf of someone who has died?" So
gosh,
even after you go, somebody's got one of your heirs has to fill out your tax return after you go. Very sad.
You can't take it with you. So I guess that's what it comes down to. Well, I guess it's all failed anyway. Plus, I came back before taxes are due. So it's really all.
It's a really poorly thought out scheme.
It's a huge mess. Thankfully, what we have here looks like an 8th season of Drunkard's Walk. This is beautiful. Did you set this all up?
I can't believe it. I did nothing, as you know.
These decorations are amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
I love what you did with the furniture here and some painting. Is that some painting you did?
Well, it's a small mural of our last 7 seasons. It's just a piece of paint that I put together and just slapdash. A little Pliny the Elder here, a little Baphomet there.
Right. Well, I understand that your time off was so relaxful that
yes,
you would want to take advantage of that.
Sorry, I started drinking before we started recording. So
did you?
I'm loose. I'm loose, baby.
Started drinking at the end of season 7, and
that's right.
Ready,
and I haven't stopped
for season 8. Well, this is great. I'm excited to be back because, quite frankly, like I do most of these hiatusi. Most of the time that we take off, I really miss just plundering my way through Wikipedia and pillaging all of the different suggestions and burning all of the different links.
You're really going hard on the plunder, pillage, and burn.
Yeah, well, I started it, and I wanted to keep going on that theme.
There's some other choices you might have made that I'm glad you didn't.
I don't know what you're talking about, so
we'll talk about it on. That's for Patreon subscribers only.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. Hey, join our Patreon and find out what Jethro's talking about.
The After Dark episodes. Well, yeah, we've. What's wrong with After Dark?
I just don't like that whole idea that you just tried to put into our listeners' brains.
Okay, well, you're gonna miss out because there's some gold there, baby.
Is there? I bet there is. It's like a USA Up All Night episode just running
There you
over
go.
and over in my head.
There you go. Well, yeah, well, but we're back. We're here. We can do it. We've got Wikipedia up and running. We've got as you and the listener know, we go back way in the annals of history to the first season to pick our starting point for each season.
Well,
And
you should explain what we're going to be doing, actually, because I think there might be some people who season 8, this is their first time listening.
oh my gosh, well, first of all, welcome. Congratulations to your ears on what a great choice that the brain they're attached to made. But yeah, we go through Wikipedia from one random page to another random page, trying to get there in the shortest number of links possible. We argue, we reconcile, we bet steaks and bourbon. Swears are sworn, 80s references are made, and ultimately we learn a little bit about the world we live in, but we learn a little bit more about each other.
That's great.
And we're starting off with one of the, I guess since this is season 8, we're starting off with the 8th destination from the original season. And the only thing we're missing is the destination, which is traditionally provided to us by a guest. And I couldn't help but notice that Mike McBurney has been lurking the entirety of this Zoom call. And I'm just wondering, Matt, is Mike McBurney our guest today?
No.
Oh, no. Well, what a shocker. What a twist.
No, he's just been lurking on the Zoom call. But our guest that we were supposed to have, we were going to have William Shatner on. Unfortunately, it looks like he hasn't connected in time. I called him. I called his agent. I told him, forget it.
Well, no,
let's just go with Mike. Let's go.
Yeah,
with
I don't
Mike
care. I don't care how famous you are. I don't care how many Star Treks you've done. If you can't be prompt, then you're out. In fact, I'll go so far as to say Shatner is banned from the podcast forever, in perpetuity.
Dang, Jethro. All right. Well, if you're gonna put your foot down, I am not one to pick up a person's foot unless I'm at the Salish Sea. So, let's welcome Mike McBurney on here. Of course, he's our guest. Mike, how's it going, buddy?
Yay!
Wait, no, I was told I had more time.
Oh, that was good. I see what you did there.
That
was nice.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Very, very excited to be here.
We are excited to have you on.
William Shatner. I mean, a guy who goes up in space and has to pull up a note that says "Suck it, Picard." I mean, come on. The guy's got issues. Like,
sure. Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to say too many bad things about Mr. Shatner because I know he's a avid listener of the podcast, and we wouldn't want to offend him. But yeah, I agree. There's
I will.
Will you?
Fuck you, William Shatner.
Gosh.
Fuck you.
Holy cow, Jethro.
No, it's got to be said. It's got to be said. We have been pampering William Shatner as a species for far too long.
Have we?
Somebody's got to throw down some truth.
Okay. All right. Well, you're the man to do it. If there's someone to do it, Jethro, it's you. But Mike, yeah, it is wonderful to see you on here. I can't believe we have. This is your first time on, right? This is your first appearance on the podcast.
Yeah, it is. But in fairness, you've invited me a few times. Timing didn't work out somehow, even with like weird lockdown times and whatnot. It was just my job got even weirder during lockdown and led to some odd timing shifts. And yeah, no, I'm just excited to finally be able to join.
Yeah, well, it is great to see you. Of course, for those that don't know Mike and myself, we have been friends for many years. I can't even figure out the exact number. 25, 27, 20-ish.
5-ish, 26. I'm going to say 26.
26. Okay. So it's been a long time. We met in high school.
Yep.
Though I would say that while we knew each other in high school, we didn't hang out a ton.
Right.
At that point. But then both attended Penn State and both were involved in a no refund theater, a little student run theater group there, and just spent a lot of time hanging out and doing the fun stuff. But we did not meet doing improv. So there you go,
yeah.
Improv world. We actually met, I mean, it's still kind of related to theater, I guess. Well, no, we knew each other before theater, but...
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, we
it's
both
been
did some
great.
theater in high school too, even though we didn't know each other as well.
True enough. In fact, as I recall, I was in your theatrical debut. Is that right? Was your theatrical debut Singing in the Rain?
Um, on stage in a musical, yes. Um,
Okay, yeah, that's what I. Thank you for putting all of the
yeah,
the clarifications around that.
yeah, I did like one or
Yeah,
two. Yeah, but I did stage crew from the time I was in like seventh grade until 10th grade or so, and then I
Right.
switched sides.
Right. And I see that you're wearing all black now to kind of
Stay
harken back
true
to
to the
those
roots,
days.
baby.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you got to make sure that you're wearing all black. Well, yeah. So we
theater
hung
kid's
out
gonna
and,
theater kid, you know.
and done all the fun stuff and you're still doing theater now, right? You still
Mhm.
perform around the Pittsburgh area, don't you?
I do, and I've been getting back to that more in the past just about a year, I guess. That's really started coming back. I mean, you know, some folks did some really interesting and innovative things during lockdown, but I feel like in the past year and a half or so, live theater has started to make more of a true comeback, and I've been really thrilled to get to do some of that along with other folks. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything? So
Well,
this episode is coming out beginning of April-ish. Is there anything that folks should look to see you in if they happen to be in the Pittsburgh area? Is there anything coming up?
Yeah, I mean, if this is around the first weekend of April, um, you probably have just missed the first weekend of the Crucible
Oh,
with Vigilance Theater Group, but that means the second weekend is
Oh.
probably still available.
there you go. So if you're listening to this the week that it comes out, check that out. If it's not already sold out, I know those shows sell out actually pretty early. So you may have already missed it, folks. And if you did, shame on you for 6 weeks, because
I'm thrilled that Vigilance is doing the Crucible because it seems very ripe to come back because of the political insanity that exists in our country at the moment, and presumably will be worse by the time this episode comes out. But yeah,
Yeah,
bravo
yes.
on the play choice, Vigilance.
awesome. And is that what is the role that you will be playing in that particular show?
So I'm Giles Corey, who's basically John Proctor's friend. I mean, ostensibly the angriest person in Salem, and I mean, spoiler alerts are, I don't think, a thing for the Crucible, but also historically, Giles Corey was, I think, the only person in New England history to be crushed to death because he would not admit to being a witch.
There you go.
Famously,
and
his last
More weight.
More weight. Yeah.
Oh, right there. Okay,
Yes.
okay, yes. And he is. I'm sorry. You said he is the friend of
John Proctor.
John Proctor of Procter and Gamble. Of course, that's the
Right,
same
exactly.
Proctor.
Yes. Yeah.
Which a lot of people know. That's also where we get the word Proctor tests. It comes from he was the first person to ever proctor a test. So that's when you work on a podcast like this, Mike, you got to know a lot of that kind of stuff. Those connections. It's the only way that you ever find your way around.
Matt has really
That's
Matt
how,
has
I
really
mean,
been studying John Proctor. He's a bit of a proctorologist.
Oh, wow. Admirable. Really
That's
admirable.
nice. That's nice. Thank you.
He
Thanks
goes
for
deep.
bringing that
He
up.
goes deep.
Well, I like to dig in there and really get to know that shit. So, Mike, we have got to cut to the chase here, and we've got to find out if you have a destination for us today, because we know that we are going to be starting at Ball Lightning, and we need to know where we're going, man. So what do you got?
So yeah, I was trying to think about some different options, and sometimes a blank slate is a little bit terrifying for me. But I thought a fun thing would be probably one of the most delightful memories I have doing anything with both of you folks previously, and that is the Four Yorkshiremen sketch from Monty Python.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's our destination?
That is your destination.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize it had...
It has a Wikipedia page.
Holy cow. Okay.
That
and what
is excellent.
What is the title? What is the actual title of the page? Is it Four...
It is
Yorkshiremen...
Four Yorkshiremen. I want to say it's Four Yorkshiremen sketch.
Okay. Cool. And for those that that have not been involved in something like that, tell us a little bit about that particular sketch.
So it's just a sketch that, and I mean, I know Jethro can fact check me on this without even thinking about it. So I think it actually predates Monty Python itself, right? To the
It does.
whatever radio show that a number of them worked on with.
There was like there were a number of projects where different subsets of Pythons worked together. I think there's like finally the 1948 show or something like that, which came out in the 50s. But yeah.
So it's basically just a sketch about a bunch of British dudes from Yorkshire, like rather who grew up rather destitute and downtrodden, and are now living the life and are just trying to one up each other with how bad they had it when they were a kid. So it's like, oh, you lived in a flat, we lived in a shoebox. I'm very much paraphrasing on that, but yeah, just constant.
I was going to say,
maybe I don't know if we can. I mean, I think that there's like something we can get around copyright, and maybe we can add this to the end of the episode. We'll see if we can actually add the sketch to the end of the episode. There's like educational purposes and all sorts of whatever. But let's be clear right now. We hold no rights to this sketch. We hold no rights to any of this. It's all owned by Monty Python and their subsidiaries.
Maybe not even though. Because it preceded the Pythons. Right. So it preceded but it's also a legend. Like, first of all, it's just a incredibly well-written sketch. Like, the game mechanic of the scene is so clearly defined and so beautifully executed with no extra bells and whistles. It's just an excellent distillation of the game of the scene. And also, it's legendarily been redone in British culture so many times by different groupings of comic actors that it's almost kind of like a rite of passage. Every few years they'll trot it back out and have the next generation of not really the next generation, because they're not putting 20-year-olds in this, but like the next generation of middle-aged comics doing it. Yeah. It's quite excellent.
So if you listen to the end of the episode and it's not there, definitely go and look this up, look up the various versions of it. And if we do put something on, it's going to be the version probably that comes off of some Monty Python album or YouTube or something like that. So that performance might at least be owned by them. I don't know. Do we know if it was written as a sketch or if it was like potentially an improvised type of thing that was then written?
It was written as a sketch, I can tell you, according to the Wikipedia page.
Well, there you go. Okay, so we've got some info. And it, I guess we don't need to know. We know that it came out early, 50s. Is that what we're saying? 1950s?
I think it's probably still 60s.
60s. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Well, that's awesome. This is a great suggestion. And certainly something we're going to have a lot of fun with. And also something that we've never heard before. We've had a couple of comedy things here and there, but we've never had this, and I never would have guessed that it had its own Wikipedia page. Although, what doesn't have its own Wikipedia page, I guess?
I mean, some surprising things. I had other thoughts that did not come up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We don't have a Wikipedia page either, so...
The Hazarat Angel does not have a Wikipedia page.
That's true. The Hazarat Angel does not have a Wikipedia page. If you don't know what that means, go back and listen to season 7. Well, there you go. Well, this is great, man. Thank you very much. Before we let you go, though, I have to ask you, this is a drunkard's walk. It's not called that because we drink, but since it is called that, we do drink. Are you having a drink tonight, Mike?
I am.
What are you having?
So because I've been getting a little bit over some non-COVID something that's just been dogging me for a couple days, and the weather in Pittsburgh's been super weird, I am having a hot toddy.
Nice.
And in keeping with the theme of the sketch itself, it is made with Old Granddad.
Oh,
very nice.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice. Oh, wow. That's a great drink. That's a great drink to have.
It's pretty tasty.
Yeah. Jethro, how about yourself? Anything this evening aside from what you started with before we got online?
I'm crushing the White Claws, baby.
Oh my God.
I got a
Fucking
Black
millennials.
black cherry hard seltzer. That's right, old man.
I don't even know if is it millennials that drink White Claw or is it Gen Z? Maybe it's Gen
It's
Z.
just douchebags.
Does it slap?
Oh, it's a slappy bop, for sure.
Slappy bop.
That's what the kids say.
That might be true, and I don't even know. Well, I am not drinking a White Claw nor a White Toddy. I am doing what I do, man, and drinking the bourbons. And tonight I have this fantastic bourbon called The Wise Man. It's an American Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey from Kentucky Owl. And this was actually a gift that I received from Jethro Nolan when he came to visit and do our live episode, which hopefully you all got a chance to listen to. And he stayed with me, so he was nice enough to bring along a little bottle of bourbon as well. And so I am trying that out. I say trying it out; the bottle's half empty, but I'm trying it out again, and it's good. I like it.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
It's a wise man that gave me the wise man.
Look at that.
Yeah,
I see what you did there.
You
Wordplay!
Hey, Mike, again, thank you so much for being on, man. It is great to see you. We should hang out more often. I'm sorry that we don't. And good play. I know you're not supposed to say good luck, so I stopped myself right in the middle. Break a lot of legs.
Yeah, there you go.
In the show.
There you go.
And
I hope you sever your spine.
Thank you. The highest compliment possible.
You're welcome.
Okay. Well, there you are. Well, take it easy, Mike. We will talk to you soon, buddy.
Right. Great. Have a good one. Thanks, y'all.
Bye.
Well, Matt, we've
Jethro.
got our destination. We have got our drinks. We've got our starting point.
Yeah.
The only thing that remains is for us to individually guess the number of steps it's going to take us to get us there.
Oh, I see. And may I ask, since we're starting a new season, what is on the line this season?
Well, traditionally we've done either a bourbon or some steaks.
Mm-hmm. I think we've done both actually. Last season we did both. So I don't know. What are you thinking? Same thing? You want to do something? You want to change it up somehow? Or you like that? I mean, are you enjoying it? Because you've won every season. So are you enjoying those things, or is there something new you like?
I haven't won every season.
Every season.
No.
Every single season.
Really?
Yeah. Well, every time we've done that, we haven't bet every time. And then one time we did a thing at like the end where it was like, if I won the episode, then you provided the drinks or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but you've come out ahead on the guesses every season that we've had our bets, which is amazing. Like you the pressure's all on you, man. You've got to keep it up. For me, whatever. I keep losing. Yeah. It's just
I mean, I guess I have to start cheating a little bit better because if I win all the time, then.
So, I mean, are you good with this? Do you like the steaks? Do you want to just do the bourbon? You want to just do the steaks? You want to separate it out somehow? What are you thinking?
Yeah, let's make it a bourbon this year because it was steaks last season. Let's do bourbon this season.
It was both last season. I don't know why you keep saying it was just steaks. It was both. We did both last year.
All right. I forget. I don't know.
You
Stop
forget.
yelling.
That bottle's empty. That's the problem. You already emptied that.
I empty that before I pull it out of the driveway.
All right. Let's do bourbon. I like a bourbon.
All right.
Let's do a good bourbon. And there it is. So that's where we're going. So come up with your guess. Ball lightning to the 4 Yorkshiremen, not Yorkshiremen.
You're married to a British woman.
I'm pissing her off right now. That's what she's not a fan of when I do that. Like Lancastershire. She doesn't like when I say that. Yeah. No, Yorkshireman is all right, probably as close as we're going to get. Well, the 4 Yorkshireman sketch from Ball Lightning. How many is it going to take? Write it down. I'll do the same thing. I'm going to do that right now. I've already done it. You already did it? I did it. Hold on. I come to the podcast prepared. I have my Post-it note. Oh, you have my Sharpie marker. Right. You've written all the numbers down and then you just pick the one. That's right. Right. I forgot about that. Okay. All right. Well, let's do it, man. Let's get going. Let's go on our first walk of season 8. Here we go. Let's see here. Ball Lightning. So it starts off strong with a disambiguation. For the Czech film, see Ball Lightning film. For the Chinese novel,
See Ball Lightning novel.
Wow, I forgot about those particular things.
Yeah.
For those that don't recall or maybe didn't get a chance to listen to season 1, and if you're dying to do that, join our Patreon. That's how you can do it, which is at patreon.com/drunkardswalk podcast. Well, go to our link tree. You're going to get all of our links there. linktr.ee/drunkardswalk. That's the best way to do it. Okay. But if you don't know what ball lightning is, it is a rare and unexplained phenomenon described as luminescent spherical objects that vary from pea-sized to several meters in diameter. So there you go. Usually associated with thunderstorms. It is distinct. Let's be clear. It is distinct from St. Elmo's fire.
Now,
okay, not the same.
If you hover over St. Elmo's fire, also called witch fire or witch's fire,
sure,
it talks about the weather phenomenon and not the Brat Pack movie from the 1980s. Although
that's right.
That is immediately where I went, because if we want to get to Monty Python,
that'd have been a good place to go. Yeah,
not that the Brat Pack and Monty Python have a tremendous amount of overlap. I can't really think of anything that Brat Packers and Python folks collaborated on. I'm sure there's something.
I bet there has to be. I bet there's some kind of who knows, Fish Called Wanda connection or something like that in there. Right?
Possibly.
I don't know. John Cleese feels like the crossover somehow, somewhere.
Oh yeah, he's made some poor film choices. So there's got to be a stinker with Andrew McCarthy in there or something.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
I would think so.
But there are a lot of instances here of ball lightning that you will find on this page. A lot of talk of places where it's been seen, people talking about it. The Foo Fighters are on here, but not the Foo Fighters like the band. It's the actual term Foo Fighter used by Allied aircraft pilots from World War II. Well, you don't remember that? We talked about that back on Flatwoods Monster.
I have no memory of that.
Yeah, Foo Fighter is a aircraft pilot during World War II, describes various UFOs and mysterious aerial phenomena. So there you go.
That is incredible.
Yeah, we got a lot of Foo Fighters floating over the sky right now. So
good deal. Yeah, we're blowing shit up left and right in the sky.
Oh, I didn't even say we were talking about St. Elmo's Fire. I really like that song. That's one of my faves.
Man in Motion.
Yeah, Man in Motion.
Is that from a Pittsburgh composer? Was that written by a Pittsburgh celebrity? Or am I
didn't think so, but now you've got me wondering, and I'm going to look it up. Let's see here. Man in Motion. It's by John Parr. Is John Parr from Pittsburgh?
No, he's British, in fact.
Yeah, he's an English musician. So,
Well, there we go.
I would say no, and I don't think he's even ever lived.
Shows you what I know.
In Pittsburgh, but yeah, that's his number one single, and that's what he's best known for. So, I would have told you it was somebody that was like known, and I just didn't know who it was. But no, it's John Parr. You know who didn't write that song was Nikola Tesla, who is on this page.
Is he now?
I don't know if that's going to help us in any way, but he is.
Famously not British.
No, well, I don't know that do you want to try to go through somebody who's British? Is that what you're trying to do? Because William Snow Harris is on here, and everyone knows that
William Snow Harris.
Everyone knows him, the British physician and electrical researcher. I mean, he was nicknamed Thunder and Lightning Harris. I mean, you know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, don't get me started.
I won't.
Good old Thunder and Lightning Harris.
No, yeah, we wouldn't want to start you on that. But yeah, he's on here. I mean, do you think you want to go through somebody British? I was trying to get through more of a entertainment route than trying to get through. I mean, going through somebody British feels vaguely geographical. You know what I mean?
Does it now? I don't know.
Vaguely. Or what about trying to get into a subject matter of another Monty Python sketch, like a famous Monty Python sketch, like if you were to get into parrots,
dead parrots,
or cheese, or I don't know,
lumberjacks,
or how about if you got into like the Holy Grail somehow, right? What if you got through that connection?
That's certainly a possibility. Do you see links to any of those topics?
No. But there is a link to spontaneous human combustion.
Oh, that reminds me of an old SNL sketch that I quite enjoyed. I believe it was in the Dick Ebersol years. So after Lorne Michaels left
Oh, wow. Okay.
Dick Ebersol produced the show, and that's when Eddie Murphy was on it.
Mhm.
But I think there was a sketch about spontaneous human combustion in which people kept burning up that I have a fond memory of. I can't say it's a good sketch because I was probably like, 10 years old when I saw
Sure,
it. But,
sure. I see Fractal is on here. So Fractal to Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park to Jeff Goldblum
nice.
to I don't know. Jeff Goldblum ever do anything with Monty Python? No, probably not. Okay.
Probably something with somebody.
Bad choice. Well, he probably has done something with somebody. I am going to agree with you on that one.
I appreciate your concession.
I don't see a lot of I mean, I do see there's Aberdeen Airport is on here. I see a Logan Air flight that went to the UK. Laura Ingalls Wilder is on here.
I saw that.
I wonder if that's a way.
I mean, that gets us to Little House on the Prairie and not much else.
Yeah. Well, it just gets us into the realm of entertainment in a way, right? Because it's an author. University of Kent is on here. That's in the UK. Could that? How about that? Aleister Crowley.
I was just gonna say. I was just looking at Aleister Crowley. Yeah, I like that.
I kind of like that. I kind of like that.
Have we been through Aleister Crowley before?
No, I don't think so.
Or is it Crowley?
I thought it was Crawley. I've always pronounced it Crawley, but I'm not saying. Look, I'm often wrong. So often wrong soon. That's me.
All right. Well, let's do it.
You want to go through Aleister?
Let's do it. Aleister Crowley. Yeah. Why not?
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. We've never been there before, and we may never go there again. This is our chance.
Aleister Crowley was an English occultist, philosopher, ceremonial magician, poet, painter, novelist, and mountaineer.
Ceremonial magician. Wow. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. That's fun. That's fun. Okay. Yeah. Well, look at that. Oh, my good Lord. This announcing the start of the Aeon of Horus, the book declared that its followers should, quote, do what thou wilt and seek to align themselves with their true will through the practice of sex magic.
Yeah, there it is.
Hello.
Sex magic.
Yeah, season 8. That's the season we get adult themed.
So I will say that Trinity College at the University of Cambridge is linked here.
Okay.
And I think the Python fellas were Oxbridge folks, so I think some of them went to Cambridge, some of them went to Oxford. But if was it Cambridge that had the Footlights Club?
Well, you're asking the wrong dude over here.
Yeah, I think that's where like Cleese specifically got his start, was in the Cambridge Footlights, but I could be wrong about that. But the Footlights, and I'm fairly certain is Cambridge rather than Oxford, was a famous spawning ground for a lot of famous British comic talent.
Okay, well, I mean, you don't seem 100% certain of that, so I'm a little hesitant because if we go one direction and it's the other direction, then we're in trouble.
No,
but
so I will say that there were Pythons that went to both Oxford and Cambridge.
I see. And
from like a famous alumni,
type of thing. Okay.
Yeah. But I think Footlights is I'm fairly certain that it was Cambridge. But I'm also not putting on my normal theatrical Jethro ultra certainty. I'm actually just being a normal human being and admitting limits of my knowledge. So
I'm uncomfortable.
Sorry. My apologies to the listener for not being not being that way. Anyway, you sounded like you might have had an alternative.
Well, I was going to say, there's a link here to counterculture of the 1960s, and I know that I don't know that Monty Python would necessarily be considered counterculture, but they're on those lines, right?
Yeah, the challenge is for me that Python came out like in '69 in England. Mm-hmm. And so it didn't really hit in the States until it started airing on PBS stations in the 70s.
Okay.
And again, it was certainly revolutionary from a comedy perspective, but I wouldn't, throw it in with Woodstock and Timothy Leary and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be tough to argue that they were. Yeah, I can understand that. Okay, well, I was considering it, but now I'm looking for, like, I wonder if there's a way to, like, is BBC linked on here somewhere? Because they were on BBC Radio, right? I mean, that was like,
aha!
What do you got? What do you got?
Further down under the Cambridge University years for Aleister Crowley is a link to the Cambridge University Footlights Dramatic Club.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, well then that's obviously where we want to go.
Yeah.
Hold on. That may be where we want to go. I'm starting to see a lot of names of people from pop culture further down, so I want to make sure that we don't actually have Monty Python linked on this page before we go there. Paganism also is down in through here. Just Baphomet, maybe? Do we see him? Do we see any?
He's everywhere you want to be.
So I saw Roald Dahl was on here. I saw Ian Fleming, Maxwell Knight. So I'm looking to see if there's another connection, but I am starting to it's starting to peter out, so that may not be the case.
Well, he did die in 1947, so...
I understand, yeah, but I thought there might have been like and Monty Python did some thing about him or something. I don't know. I mean, is there a sketch? Is there an Aleister Crowley sketch? I don't remember anything like that, but I don't know them quite as well as you do, so...
I don't recall off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I do see a link to L. Ron Hubbard here, though.
Oh, well, I mean, where...
That certainly gets us into show business.
So we've got the Beatles... We've got Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
David Bowie.
Led Zeppelin. Yeah, David Bowie. But that's about it. So I'm not seeing anything else. Okay, all right. Well, I mean, I like this whole Footlights situation because you already brought them up.
Yeah.
And I feel like they might be a good way to go. So I see it. Cambridge University Footlights Dramatic Club. Should we?
Let's.
Okay, let's do it. It just takes you to a page called Footlights, which hopefully is not about actual footlights. And it's not good. That's a disambiguation that you can go to.
Whew.
But I think what we'll find on here is a mention. Let's see. I see At Last, the 1948 show, and Monty Python is linked on here.
All right. So At Last, the 1948 show is where the Four Yorkshiremen originated.
So we're certain of that, correct?
I am virtually certain of it.
Okay, virtually certain. That's good.
Again, maybe season 8 is the season where I just mellow out a little bit, and I'm just a human being.
I see.
Admitting the boundaries of my knowledge and just giving you my best guesses.
Gotcha.
and taking things as they come. But yeah, I would be very surprised if At Last, the 1948 show was not the show for which Four Yorkshiremen was written.
Okay, well, I mean, but Monty Python is on here too. So, which one do we like? Because let's be clear, it's very possible that neither of these pages is going to have it on there already. That there might be an additional link to it. But do we feel like maybe Monty Python's a better one to go through to get to like list of sketches
and
or something?
I'll tell you why. Why. First of all,
sure.
the list of sketches that Monty Python has done for their many albums and television shows is vast.
Yes, for sure.
And will certainly not be comprehensively listed on their Wikipedia page.
No, I agree, but I think that there will be a link to a list, right? So even
correct.
if it's additional, but you think that At Last 1948 show will have it on the page?
We know for a fact that the Four Yorkshiremen was not written by or for Monty Python.
But they did perform it though, for sure.
They did. They absolutely did. Right. But it was not. It did not premiere. It is not their intellectual property product as under the brand of Monty Python.
Okay. All right.
So, and I specifically, if you rewind to the beginning of the episode, I specifically mentioned. I probably garbled the name of it, but like At Last, the 1948 show, as the likely point of origination of the Four Yorkshiremen sketch. And I'd go so far as to say that Four Yorkshiremen is probably, other than spawning the careers of several of the Pythons, Four Yorkshiremen is probably the single longest lasting piece of culture that came from the 1948 show, and by virtue of the fact that it was kind of the high watermark, is much more likely to be mentioned on that show's webpage.
Right, and just to review, just to go back just a touch, and not all the way back to the beginning of the episode, but just a touch. You said you were pretty sure that this was right.
Yes,
that it was that show.
See, this is the problem with me being measured and admitting the limits of my knowledge, is that you start to pick at the small amount of doubt that exists around the edge. So I'm going to have to change gears back into normal Jethro.
No,
and be like, at last, the 1948 show is the smartest thing we could possibly click on, and anything else would be absolutely stupid.
Okay, well then, just
what do you
before
think
we
about
go
that?
there, I will follow you that direction. But before we go there, I do want to go through. There's a list of the presidents, notable past presidents of this Cambridge University Footlights Dramatic Club, and I want to just pick out a couple of these names. Peter Cook is on here. Eric Idle, Clive Anderson of Whose Line Is It Anyway? Hugh Laurie, Douglas Adams, Tony Slattery. Again, of Whose Line Is It Anyway? These feel a little strange to me. But anyway, David Mitchell is on there. And then Simon Bird from The In-Betweeners. Do you ever watch The In-Betweeners?
I have not.
Did you ever watch that one? It's a British show.
Is it good?
I highly recommend it. Yes, I think it's fantastic. It's very, very funny.
You also skipped over Richard Ayoade, who is in the IT Crowd and also has some bit parts in The Mighty Boosh.
You're right, I did.
And Garth Marenghi's Dark. I mean, this is a murderer's row of elite British comedy talent.
And I'm sure that the other names that I skipped over are also just as amazing. They're just names that I didn't recognize just by looking straight at them, but I probably would recognize them if I saw them. So, all right, at last, the 1948 show is where you wish to go?
That's where I wish to go.
Then let us go. At last.
Here we go. Already includes links to Graham Chapman, John Cleese, Marty Feldman,
yes,
etc., etc.
That's all true.
I'm scrolling slowly because I'm certain that they're for Yorkshiremen. In fact, I see it.
You do?
I see it right there.
Yes, I see it too.
Under history, the second paragraph. Several sketches came from the 1963 Cambridge Footlights Review entitled "Cambridge Circus." The review, blah 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 blah.
Further sketches were reprised
in Python's stage show.
There it is, and there it is. The Four Yorkshiremen. Let's click on it. Let's do it. Let's see. Yeah, fantastic. There it is. We found it. Holy cow!
We have done it.
That was amazing.
The Four Yorkshiremen.
Yeah, straight from Ball Lightning to the Four Yorkshiremen sketch, and indeed that is the title. We won't go too deep into this. I guess we should have talked a little bit more about the 1948 show, but what are you going to do? That was great. Holy cow! This is not a super long page, but it actually is a little longer than I expected it to be. So that's good, because next week we're going to have to get out of this. To go wherever it is that we're going to go. But before we talk about next week, let's talk about how we resolved this week. Jethro, what was the winning number that you wrote down?
Well, in honor of the Four Yorkshiremen, I wrote down 4.
Of course you did. That's how many it took us.
What did you write down?
It took us 4. Oh, I wrote 7. I wrote 7. Yeah.
You wrote 7?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, because
now I see why you were making some of the
past couple episodes that I have predicted on. I predicted low, and so I thought, well, this time I'm going to go a little higher, and let's see that'll be better. And no, it wasn't at all. Aleister Crowley to Footlights to the last the 1948 show to the Four Yorkshiremen sketch. Only 4 links it took us. I should have had more faith, Jethro. I couldn't do it, but you did. Well done. And yeah, man, that was a good walk. That was a lot of fun.
We did it, and we and for those of you, and I hope we can add the sketch at the end. But if not, just Google it. It's on YouTube.
Yes,
it is a comedy gem, and you could do worse than spending a few minutes listening to it.
I totally agree, and do worse than spending a couple minutes just looking it up and finding it. It is going to make you laugh. You're going to have a good time. And hopefully I can just add it on the end of this, but I have to check and see if I don't want to get in all kinds of trouble for us or something like that.
We'll talk to corporate. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll clear it with all the lawyers there. But so in a moment, you're either going to hear silence or you're going to hear this amazing sketch that was not written by Monty Python or for Monty Python, but was performed by them quite often. So thank you, Jethro. It's been a blast, and can't wait to come back next week and see where we're headed.
Cheers.